Hello, everyone, and welcome back to GV Talk Sports. I'm Brock Elsesser, and I'm here with
Riley McKnight,
Chelsea George, Kennedy,
Mr. Horton.
Mr. Dutt.
Jonathan.
Okay. Boys, got a game tonight. All right, Brock.
Yup against Bolivar Richburg.
Are they any good?
They lost a couple of their better players last year, or at least like one of them. So they're probably not as strong as they were. But I mean, any team can beat any team at any given time. So you always have to be ready. Always have to be prepared for any team you play.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Do you really believe that? That any team can beat any?
Like,
no, I understand that. That's
a
good statement. You want to be prepared to play.
I mean, like, obviously, like, say, like, some scrubby high school team couldn't beat, like, the Golden State Warriors. But I'm talking about, like, in, like, certain...
In Allegheny County, any team can beat any
in
team
Allegheny County.
on any day. It's just, I mean, it's an away game.
Unfriendly environment.
Yeah. Bolivar's rims aren't always the easiest to shoot on.
True.
Not super forgiving.
Nah. I'm pretty sure their backboards are, like, a foot, like they go, like, a foot down further than they should.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
It's kind of weird.
Their court's just
Or, like, 6
different.
inches down further.
I just wondered. I just wondered if people actually believe that, or if that's just something that we say so that we can sound like we're not. I don't know. I'm just.
We had a couple guys here that were just in Cleveland this week.
Yup.
What was that like? Tell us what it was like.
That was quite a crazy experience, getting to play on the Cleveland Cavaliers court. Definitely something different, something, that I'll never forget. What do you have to say about it, John?
Well, it was just a cool experience. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't win by a lot more, but
We did win, though, but...
we won. That's good.
Yeah.
But I thought we had a chance to win by like
Yeah.
30,
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, we
Well,
won.
they made a little bit of a comeback, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they made.
We only
I was
won by like
watching.
10.
Shout out to Brooksy there. I was watching his live tweet. So sounded like he did. So I was making a little bit of a run.
Yeah, we didn't play against them as good as we did against, like, Cuba and Wellsville. But
And we didn't even play to our full potential against Wellsville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we could have played a better game, and but we still got the win, which is what really matters. But, we could have made it, like, more safe of a win. You know what I mean?
Guys were just being nice. You had to ride the same bus back together, didn't you? I mean, so it's like you can't get too
And
too much animosity.
And I guess that
it was
NBA,
already-
I guess the NBA player Channing Frye was sitting in the bleachers towards the end of our game, which was
no
pretty
kidding.
crazy. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
What was the depth perception like for shooting at the basket? Where you're used to the wall being at most 10 feet behind the basket.
It was different because there's like a whole like 3 or 4 rows of like chairs and stuff that like go like 200 feet behind the basket. Definitely
Right.
something different.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to say that I thought it was different, but I can't. It'd be much better for my case if I did say that, because I took one shot and it didn't end so well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what's the perception? Clearly.
Yeah.
Did you guys get like a tour of the locker rooms or anything? Did they? No
No.
tour? Oh, tour would
Yeah.
be cool.
The rims of the basket actually kind of felt shorter than the rims here at the school.
I think it's just because the
weird.
floor is more bouncy.
Yeah, the floor is like bouncier, so I don't know.
Really, you guys getting off the ground?
Yeah.
Did you throw one down, John?
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
like
okay, John.
behind the back, through the legs,
Layup.
reverse 360 windmill.
Wow. And the Oreo landed right in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
You excited for your game, Riley?
Yeah, I'm pumped beyond belief right now.
You got a game tonight, Rye?
Yep, we're gonna go out. We're gonna grind to get the win.
Grind it out.
How'd it go Monday night for you guys?
We won by about 20, so we just played good defense. Our offense can be a little lacking, even though we won by a pretty good amount. But our defense is probably what helps us out the most.
Defense wins championships, right?
Yep.
What was it? Seattle's defense Monday night. It was pretty decent against. Who did they play?
Vikings.
The Vikings.
Yeah.
Was it good defense or the Vikings just pitiful offense?
Well, everyone's blaming it on Kirk Cousins. It seems like
I don't think it's Kirk
No,
Cousins.
I mean
think
that's the
it's
thing.
offensive
Is it Kirk Cousins' fault that they
a lot
can't
of
play
analysts
defense?
are saying that.
I think
Yeah, I
it's.
see that.
I think it's the offense, but it's the offensive coordinator. I think.
The ex-offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Who got fired yesterday?
Yep.
maybe because I don't think Kirk Cousins is a bad quarterback at all.
But you paid him $85 million. He should score more than 7 points, don't you think?
Right. But, you know,
But
you can see even on, like, for an example, the Bills, they need more than just the quarterback to do all their work for them, too.
True statement.
yeah, and the Vikings should be doing a lot better. Everybody thought they were going to be like a Super Bowl team this year. Or
Yeah.
a possible Super Bowl team, and then what's their record like? Is it 500?
6-6-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually thought of Mr. Horton while I was watching the Monday night game.
Okay.
You want to know why I thought of you?
Okay.
Tell me why there was not a penalty called, or when the penalty was called, they took the penalty away on the blocked field goal. Probably the biggest play in the game. And the guy blatantly cheated by putting his hands on the back of his teammates. And they pulled it away, and I went, they want Seattle to win.
They do. Yep, and referees, they don't want to make that call in the final. They probably realize, wow, this is a game changer. There's no flag.
Right. But it was a game changer.
It was.
Because
The other
they
way.
used yeah. Because they get that call, now it's 1st and goal from the 7
Yep.
in a 7-0 game. Interesting. Just throwing it out there.
Could be fixed. How about girls basketball? What's shaking? What's happening?
I don't even know.
You had a
what-
tournament, right? You had a tournament over the break.
Yeah, we played on Thursday and then Saturday. Thursday we played Fredonia. Yeah, Class B1 defending Section 6 champions.
That's wow.
What were we down by before we scored?
27?
27? Yeah, it was
Nothing.
27-0 before we scored. And we were just a little nervous, I think. We didn't play all that bad. And then we played very well for the next 3 quarters. We ended up losing by 14. So, you know, it was good. Girls, and then they bounced back and they won on Saturday, 36-30 against the C school. So, you know, it's you know, remember when you complained last year that I play all season
I did.
in the first 2 months of the season? Well,
Yeah.
we're doing it again this year. So
Nice. Doing it
Does
again.
make
Doing
nice.
it again.
Yeah.
What's
But-
next up for you guys?
Monday at Hinsdale.
It's Friday.
How do you feel about Hinsdale?
I think they're going to be tougher than what you would normally think of.
I mean, you guys had them in soccer, right?
Yeah, they're more athletic than they used to be.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
You used to be,
Tougher.
no offense to Hinsdale, if anybody's watching. I know I have a niece that teaches there and watches, so no offense to Hinsdale, but it used to be kind of a walkthrough for us. Hinsdale
Yeah, I
did.
think we shut them out in the first half 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they've improved.
Yeah,
Yep.
they have a couple quick guards and they got a couple, I was told this weekend not to say bigs, so they have a couple tall girls inside.
You can't say bigs. Why can't you say bigs?
It's offensive, apparently.
To the bigs?
Yes.
Do you call the guards the smalls?
I don't. That's the problem. If I
Bigs,
call
the
the guards the
smalls?
smalls. then
Yo,
we'd be okay.
mediums, get over here.
Yeah. Middlings, yeah, so.
Medium.
Medium, very nice, very nice. Now, Chelsea, you wanted to bring up a little college football.
Yeah, the Heisman Trophy winner plays baseball.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is
that he might
interesting.
not play football.
Yeah.
He just won the Heisman Trophy.
Would that be a first? I mean, I saw that. I wondered if it's.
Bo Jackson did it, but then he
Well, he
also
played in
played
the
football.
NFL.
He played football too, but he chose baseball
baseball as
first,
his-
and then
as his
after he
major
went back.
sport,
Yeah,
right.
I don't blame him. I can see why you want to. I mean, most likely he'll probably have a longer career, less
I can't
injuries.
blame him.
Most likely.
Most likely, right.
Still gonna make a really good
The
chunk of
money's
money.
pretty close,
Yeah, for maybe less injuries
right?
and, like I said, long career. But you never know. He could get stuck in the minors for his career.
Yeah, I mean,
and you never know. So.
Is he really that good at baseball? That's the question.
pretty
I mean,
good.
we haven't seen him play college baseball, have we?
Yeah.
I haven't, but I'm assuming somebody did if they
Yeah, he
drafted
plays
him 9th
plays
overall.
center field.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting too. I watch football. I love to watch football, but I was at the game on Sunday, unfortunately. But you get a sense of how hard they hit each other when you're actually at the game. And I'm thinking to myself, what must they feel like on Monday morning? Yeah, they must just be barely able to get out of bed. How much it hurts. And then I thought about this guy. That might not be a bad move because I don't
Yeah.
think baseball players feel like that when they get out.
Probably
Their
not.
brains are tired because it's mentally taxing.
Right.
I get that part. But from a physical standpoint, if I can make $30 million playing baseball or $18 million playing football, might go baseball too.
Well, who's a better athlete? Is a baseball player? Does it take more talent to play baseball or more talent to play football?
I mean, there are different aspects
Yeah.
of athleticism. I think, like
I think-
Mr.
I
Dunn
think
said,
if you're talking about,
baseball's
if
way
you're talking
more mental.
talking about pure athleticism, I'd say definitely football.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Because
Well, it depends on your-
Speed, quickness.
But it depends on your definition of athleticism. Are you talking about, I mean, a five-tool player in the majors is fast, and he's strong, and he does one of the things that might be the most difficult thing to do in life.
Hit a baseball.
Hit a round ball with a round bat into a 90-degree sector when somebody's chucking it at your head at 100 miles an hour. I mean, that might be the hardest thing in the world to do, other than maybe bend a pole and try to go 18 feet in the air. But, you know, that kind of thing. Those...
I think of baseball as being a really finite skill. Well, in the competition too, in order to make it to the majors, you have to be really good.
Yeah.
You know, you can be an okay football player and play on a team, special teams. You know, be a very athletic. Be a baseball player, you got to be really good.
You have to know a lot about the game.
Yeah.
I think that's like Mr. Dodd said, it's very taxing mentally.
So I'm going to give Kennedy a little props here, and well, Chelsea too. I played baseball my entire career and had a chance to play fast pitch softball as an adult. Wow. Okay. I'm telling you, that much closer, the ball coming in, that it's hard to hit a softball. It's bigger, but it's hard to hit.
Well, I'd say like it's hard, but I've never tried to hit like anything else. Like that's just what I'm
Yeah.
used to.
Right, and I like the way Riley talked about different aspects of athleticism. You'd be hard pressed to have a baseball player or a football player go out and run a half marathon. Right, they're just too big, you know, to do that. So in terms of endurance, that's a different aspect of
Yeah.
athleticism that may or may not, you know. But then physical strength endurance, if you want to be a 300-pounder leaning on another 300-pounder for an hour or 3 hours, I wouldn't want to do it,
No.
personally. No thanks.
Yeah,
What do you think, Chelsea? Do you think you should play baseball or play football?
I mean, I don't really know anything about the guy. I don't know. I think it's smarter for his body to play baseball. Like, career-wise, if he makes the majors, he's probably going to play longer. Makes sense to me.
Is Tim Tebow still playing? I saw him. I saw him doing some analyst
He
work.
actually made the All-Stars for, like,
Double A?
Double A. Yeah, he made the All-Stars for Double A, so you never know, he might get moved up, called up.
I've never was a Tebow fan or hater, either one. But seeing him as an analyst, he's not bad.
No.
He does okay.
Yeah,
He seems like an okay kind of guy.
Right. But he's a traveling circus.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere he goes, he has those who love him and those who hate
Hate
him.
him.
He can't just be a normal guy. He
Yeah.
can't just be a normal minor leaguer who gets on the bus and goes and plays a baseball game.
Right.
Although I bet they're making more money in Double A than that team has
Ever
ever
made.
in terms of ticket sales.
Definitely.
But you asked whether it had happened before, and I was thinking back in a while ago. I can't even think. Charlie Ward. Do you remember Charlie
Oh,
Ward?
I do. Quarterback
Charlie
for
Ward,
Florida
Florida
State?
State.
Yeah.
He won the Heisman, and ended up playing in the NBA. He chose to go to the NBA and play for the Knicks.
I did.
remember
Yeah,
Is that the only time
do see
that's ever
that.
happened?
I don't know, but I just remembered it was, so he was born, he's my age, so I guess it would have been 90, 91 that he won the Heisman.
So he's about 27, 28.
I love this guy. I'm glad you're here. Well, let's transfer to college football. I just read the other day that I think it's the West Virginia quarterback is choosing to not play in their bowl game to prepare for the NBA draft. What do you think of that?
Well, I get the choice from a money-making business standpoint, but I don't get it because you committed to play at that college, and without you, they're gonna get smacked without him. They're gonna lose by probably 30 now, at least in their bowl. So I just think it's kind of, it shows that he's not a very good teammate.
Well, does West Virginia say, okay, no problem. You don't get a degree. Your classes, none of them count. Sorry. You get no degree.
Wow.
I don't know if they're allowed to do that.
I know, but I mean, that's kind of like him
You
saying,
care.
yeah, I'm just not going to play.
Yeah,
Stay-
he might not even care at that point.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He probably doesn't care, right? I mean, but
Which
my
I
point
don't
was,
get. He's-
what recourse does the college actually have against him? If he doesn't want to play, it's like, okay, no free food in the dining hall. I don't know. He's in
Right.
college, right? He's, they don't have much recourse.
Right.
And if he doesn't care about his degree, then what does it matter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. What is the recourse?
None, really. Have a nice life.
So does he have an obligation to the university
I think he kind of does.
based on?
Well, they gave him an opportunity to play to show his talent to the NFL. I think he should repay him.
Okay. Anybody else want to weigh in on that? I mean, I'm just wondering.
Maybe repay him for was he there 4 years?
So does he have to pay back all
Four-year
for-
degree. 4-year
I was gonna
degree.
say,
You guys are looking at. You guys. We got a couple seniors here looking at colleges. 4-year degree at West Virginia. It's going to cost you probably what?
Free because I'm going on a football scholarship.
Yeah, $120,000 probably. 4-year degree.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
There you go.
I was gonna say, because like if he has to pay back for the 4 years, it's a lot of money. But I'm sure he went for free for all 4 years.
Yeah, went free. I don't know. I was just being devil's advocate.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. We've talked. You guys have thrown out the idea of they should get paid, right? So he's not getting paid. He could be, he's the number 5 quarterback according to some draft experts right now. All right. So he could go second round, play in the NFL, make millions of dollars, or he could go play in this bowl game. No chance at the national championship, and get his leg broken like Alex Smith or the kid from UCF. Do you take that chance? Because if he gets his leg broken when he's in the pros, he's still getting paid. He can go back and get his degree.
Well, the thing with college athletes, if they got paid, it kind of like lessen the effect of getting paid in the pros. I feel like
Okay.
like the drive to actually go to the pros wouldn't be there as much.
So it would make the college game better.
Yeah, probably, but the NFL probably wouldn't get much better. I think players would just be stagnant between like that college area where they easily could go pro, but they're fine right where they are because they're making money and getting a degree, which isn't a bad gig. It sounds pretty good, but for the NFL, it probably isn't benefiting them.
Can you go right to the NFL from high school? Because
No.
when
Don't
some
you
of
have
these
to stay
players,
1
when they're
year?
announcing their colleges, the University of Miami, whatever like that, some guy will say,
The Ohio State University.
and two of them the other night I was watching said Grayson City High School. Big name their high school.
Right. Right.
You ever seen those guys do
yeah,
that?
Yeah, there's a guy for the Bills that does that.
Yeah.
Or did it.
Yeah.
In high school. No,
Did
you
they not
can't.
go to college?
I don't know. I don't
They
know.
may
I-
have not,
I know
'cause I
you
think
have
if
to
you
be at
sit a
least
year-
1 year out of high school.
Yeah.
It's an age thing, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to go to college.
Right, the Edmonds, what's his first name?
Tremaine Edmonds.
Tremaine Edmonds became the youngest NFL player ever
To get an interception.
on Sunday.
Gotcha.
He's like 20 years old.
Didn't go to college. So there is a choice. You don't necessarily have to go to college.
He actually went to college.
He played for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, but for 1 year.
Is he twin with the guy for the Steelers, or is brothers? Is it just brothers?
I honestly don't know the answer to that question. I'm sorry.
I'll look it up.
Family
Chelsea will
tree.
take care of that for us. Okay, but beyond the pay thing, is there an obligation to his teammates?
I think so. I think that's
Yeah,
the
there
whole
probably
reason
should
why
be.
you play. I mean, not the whole reason, but a big part is that you play for your team.
Right. Right, you play for your team. I heard it's kind of funny sometimes to listen to former athletes, former pro athletes as they're talking, and they were all defending it, saying you don't talk about another man's money is what they always say. You don't talk about another man's money. So if he's deciding to leave this team because he thinks his chances of making more money, then they're okay with it. And I find that hard. I find that hard to believe that you work together, you're in the summer in the heat, you're all together, you do your team bonding things, and then right before what you consider maybe the biggest game of the season,
He
He just says bye.
leave. Yeah. I mean,
I wonder how you break that to your teammates.
You
Yeah.
probably don't.
You probably don't see him.
You probably just tweet it.
Yeah.
I feel like if you do see him, it's not going to end well for you.
I feel like because it's also part of like the teammates, like attitude towards it as well. Like if they're really like true teammates and like true friends, I guess like it should be what they want. You should just like support their decision no matter what. Like you should just be like, okay, but like you can like give them a little like really, but like it's your decision.
Give them a little like, seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously?
But
Is there any controversy? Is there anything controversial going on? What's going on? Is there anything in the NBA, Brock, that's controversial?
Not really. I mean, Steph Curry just said that he doesn't believe that the moon landings were real, and then so the NASA told him that he can look at their lunar labs, I guess. So other than that, not much is really going on.
is anybody taking Kyrie up on like sailing him around the world so that it's not flat?
LeBron says he wants Carmelo Anthony to play with for the Lakers with him.
I saw a thing, J.R. Smith, or the Rockets are interested in
Yeah.
J.R. Smith,
Oh God.
which doesn't make sense.
Oh, Nick Young got signed to the Nuggets.
So this says the Clippers' bold plan to land Kawhi and KD in free agency.
Get them both?
Get them both?
That's not gonna happen.
Why not?
It's just not gonna happen
Why not?
because they're not gonna sign with the Clippers
Why not?
because
they're
they're not
the
gonna.
Clippers.
It's
Okay,
the
wait,
Clippers.
That's like saying because and letting your English teacher being okay with that statement. Give me a reason. Why wouldn't somebody sign with the Clippers? Just because they have this reputation of being lousy?
Yeah, that's why.
What about?
I mean,
I don't think it's the greatest
Wasn't
organization.
before
either.
LeBron went to the Heat, weren't they kind of terrible or not?
You mean the
Not
Clippers
really.
that are 17 and 10 and number 4 in the West? That Clippers team that you
Yeah,
think
that
is
Clippers
terrible?
team.
who thought Kevin Durant and DeMarcus Cousins would eventually sign with a 73-win team?
I mean, there was actually stuff about Kevin Durant that was probably going to sign with the Warriors. You never heard Kevin Durant even consider about going to the Clippers,
Yeah,
or
well,
Kawhi
before
Leonard even
that-
considering going to the Clippers.
Yeah, and then that
Until
would
it came up on ESPN today. And it's not going to happen for another 7 months. So if they still talk about it for the next 7 months about them going to the Clippers, you still don't think it's going to happen?
Unless they talk to each other directly and they both agree to sign with the Clippers, then it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, when you were a kid,
Oh,
Tell me-
okay. I
okay.
can't remember that, but that's okay.
well, we didn't have televisions, but other than that, the Golden State Warriors.
Rick Barry,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, after the Rick Barry era, tell me how good were the Golden State Warriors?
terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. Rick Barry, in case you don't know, underhand free throw shooter.
Right.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Did
Terrible.
his son get drafted?
Oh, didn't they just win their third championship in 4 years?
Yeah, but they drafted players that were good, and so then people wanted to sign with them.
Okay, once again, I tell you, they're 17 and 10 and number 4 in the West.
Who do they have on their roster?
I have
Yeah.
no idea. But you guys are just starting with this statement that they're horrible and no one will ever sign with them, which just can't be true.
Okay, but it's not going to keep up, though. It's not going to keep up with the Clippers.
You think the Clippers are not going to make the playoffs?
No, I'm not saying
I
that,
think
but they're
they'll
going
make
to.
the playoffs.
They'll make the
They're not
playoffs,
good.
but they're going to fizzle out, and they're not going to go far in the playoffs.
How do you guys feel about this? When, I grew up with sports when a player signed with a team, that was their team, and they stayed. Bob McAdoo played for the Braves, and he always played for the Braves. I mean, that's a throwback, by the way, to the Buffalo Braves.
I just love to go.
Players don't do that anymore, do they? In the NBA, these guys change
Yeah.
teams like it's nothing.
I mean, there's some guys that say that they're planning on staying with that same team for the rest of their career, like
Tim Duncan.
like Giannis.
Tim
said that
Duncan did it, right? Giannis?
Giannis Antetokounmpo said he's planning to stay with the Bucks for the rest of his career.
Manu.
Yeah, Manu Ginobili.
Tony Parker kind of tried, but
He tried, but
Dirk-
then said
Dirk-
goodbye.
Dirk Nowitzki, you need to give him all the credit in the world because he stayed with that Mavs team for so many years, and despite all their struggles, ended up getting a championship without having to go to a super team
Right.
and without having to leave his team for a ring.
Yep.
Kobe basically did. I mean, besides getting drafted
Yeah.
to
Kobe-
Charlotte,
yeah.
but that wasn't really.
But the Lakers,
you're
the
right.
Lakers
Kobe did
have
too,
always,
didn't he?
Yeah.
the
But
Lakers
look
have
at how
always been a
popular
top
he
team,
was.
though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think about this. Okay, when everybody here at this table drops back to, you're on the court by yourself, right? You drop back, and you hit a shot, and you let it go. What player's name do you shout out when you let it go?
Kobe.
Kobe, if you're gonna miss.
Markel Fultz.
I drop back and yell, Michael.
Steve Kerr.
Brian Scalabrine.
Scalabrine.
But I watch young kids now, and they step back and hit one, they go, Kobe. Well, I yell Kobe.
But John is kind of Mr. Negative every once in a while. But if you want to miss the shot, that's what I'd tell. It's Kobe.
I mean,
Kobe.
in reality, people
Well,
obviously.
because he missed more shots. I mean, he's the worst clutch player ever. Statistically speaking, he is the worst last 30-second.
Where'd you get
player.
those statistics from?
I'll look it up for you.
So nobody says anything else besides Kobe or Michael? Keller?
I think my brother says
Lonzo.
Steph Curry.
Curry?
Like he'll say it, but it's not just Curry, but it's Steph Curry.
I
Steph
hear
Curry.
lots of people say Lonzo.
Yeah, I hear Lonzo a lot,
Lots of
but
people say
whenever they
Lonzo.
say Lonzo, they actually do a shot for him.
I
know-
know they usually end up making it too.
Some of the best trash talking ever comes in park basketball games, you know?
Yeah.
You know, raindrops, making it rain. Nobody.
No.
He never played for.
What do we got, 3 minutes? 3 minutes. When do you want to start final thoughts? We should probably go at 2. So we got about 1 minute to talk about how the Sabres have dropped to third place. The Bills have lost 2 in a row, which is heartbreaking as a Bills fan, by the way. Miami game, should have won. Could have beat the Jets too, by the way.
They should have. Why didn't they?
I know. And so now Miami's in the hunt looking for a playoff spot. That could be the Bills, by the way.
Can't believe they beat the Patriots like the way they did.
Hey, yeah, we didn't talk about that. The miracle in Miami.
Yeah.
It was an awesome play.
Paul Pierce?
Paul Pierce. Yes.
No,
Paul Pierce is
no
the
offense
worst.
to
Yeah,
Gronk,
yeah.
but seeing
Kobe's
Gronk
not the
stumble there
worst,
at
but
the
he's
end,
number 4.
you know,
Dwayne
trying
Wade.
to catch. I can't even remember who the running back was for
And
Miami.
this is since 2000.
Can't remember.
Okay. So I
His
don't
name
just
was.
make this stuff up. I actually do read things.
All right, we're at 2 minutes.
All right.
We're gonna go final thoughts.
Final thoughts. All right. Who's
2 minute warning.
And Brock called me on something. I do have to say this before we do final thoughts. Kobe's actually the 4th worst since 2000.
Oh, okay. Who is the worst?
Worst is Paul Pierce.
I don't know.
Did
Does
I
that
read
really
that
count?
correctly? That number 1 was Carmelo Anthony?
Not number 1, just lowest,
He
highest
was-
one on the list.
Yeah, on the list. So he's just above LeBron, just in terms of taking like the last shot, kind of
Yeah, I know.
clutch shot.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm
and think
saying.
about Melo's only had how many experiences where their team was close enough that he could take the last
I
shot.
mean, quite a bit.
Yeah. Nice shout out to Carmelo there. Brother, if you're listening, give us a call.
Yeah.
Or
Love
not.
to have you as a guest on our show.
All right.
Maybe we'll sign him to our basketball team.
There you go.
Final thoughts.
Good for you.
And Chelsea doesn't have one?
Not yet.
No final thoughts
Coming
yet?
in.
You know, I just have a feeling the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl this year.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. There was silence. Silence. Are you're I know you're a Red Sox fan. You're not a Patriots fan,
No,
are you?
I'm not.
Thank you. Okay. What are you thinking?
The Clippers will make the playoffs.
The Clippers will make the playoffs. I'm going to go with.
What
I'm going to
team's that again?
step out here just a little bit and say Phil Mickelson
God.
and Tiger Woods will play another head-to-head match, and Tiger will win 2 up with 1 to go, and no one will watch this time.
And then they'll set up for the final third
Third
game
win.
to make more money.
And they'll have negative
Then
viewing on it.
Happy
Exactly.
Gilmore
People
plays the
will
winner.
Turn it on just to turn it off. I think the college bowl season is going to be really interesting. I'm waiting to see what the SEC does and see if they actually dominate everybody.
I think that the Super Bowl this year is going to be Bears against Patriots, and I think the Bears are going to win by a lot.
Wow.
1985 rematch.
NBA Finals will be the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Phoenix Suns.
All right.
It's gonna be the Warriors and the Raptors.
Warriors and that's
Raptors.
a bold call. All right, we got to go. Who wants to take us home?
I'm Brock Elsesser. This is GV Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Thanks for watching. I'm here with
Jonathan Rizzo.
Mr. Dye.
Mr. Horton,
Kennedy.
Riley.
And Chelsea.
peace out.